Press the bell icon on our YouTube app and never miss another video from SpotboyE.
Hi Abhishek, welcome to SpotboyE.
Thank you very much.
It's going to be a very nice interview with you, I'm sure.
I hope so, yeah.
It's the first on SpotboyE.
Yes.
We start with Manmarziyan, but really before that, I really want to ask you, where have you been for so long? Because 14 we saw you in Happy New Year, in 16 we saw you in Houseful.
Yeah.
And then there was this All Is Well in between.
Yeah.
How come there is so little of Abhishek and why?
You know what happened was, my last couple of films, I felt I was becoming very complacent with my approach to my work. And I wanted to change that desperately because I knew, although at that point of time, you have a lot of work, the films are doing immensely well, you're making great money, it's very easy to fall into a comfort zone. I didn't want to do that because I knew that that comfort zone will last for 1 or 2 films. And then if you're really genuinely not interested or you're not approaching your film work as earnestly and as diligently as you should be, you're going to stop getting work. So I really felt that it's time to take a break, take a pause. I needed to reevaluate what I was doing, how I was doing it. And that's exactly what I did. So I took a bit of a break, used that time to do a lot of introspection and figure out how to move forward, kind of just reshuffle the deck, so to speak. During that time, I wasn't like I was sitting at home. I was very busy because I also have 2 sports teams that I own.
Yeah.
So I was setting up those businesses and wanting to make sure that they could run by themselves and I didn't need to be there on a day-to-day basis. There are other, other family investments which also I was looking into. So I set up all that, and then started streamlining how I wanted to go forward in my filmmaking career.
So when you say complacent, how did you realize that? What was that feeling?
That was the point. There was no feeling.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Everything comes very easily to you. You can almost sleepwalk through your work. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm not talking about the kind of films.
Yeah.
Okay? I absolutely adored all the films that I'd done, in the past couple of years. I love that cinema. I love the star cast. I love the directors.
Yeah.
I just felt somewhere I should be working a lot harder. It shouldn't come so easily. It shouldn't be so easy for me. It's something you have to struggle for, something you have to work hard towards. It's something that should give you sleepless nights, which I felt was not really happening.
Okay. So the metamorphosis has happened now? And
yes, absolutely.
And the Manmarziyan offer came just at the right time?
To be very honest, I had already started looking for some work, trying to get the one script that I could do. I had already started doing that. And that's when actually Manmarziyan kind of just happened. Anand L. Rai called me and said, I have the script, are you open to hearing it? Because I believe you started hearing scripts again. I said, yes, I'd love to. And I've known Anand for quite some time now. And he sent Kanika Dhillon to me, who's the writer of the film. Kanika narrated the film. We had 1 or 2 creative discussions over that. And then I asked, Anand after a couple of meetings, I said, look, the script is very nice. But, who's making this film? Because I need to know who the director is. Are you making Kanika a director? Are you going to direct it? Do you have some assistant of yours? What?
Yeah.
He said, no, actually, I've given the script to Anurag to direct. Okay. The minute I heard Anurag Kashyap is going to be making this film, it was almost instantly, yes, let's do it. Something just felt right. And that's because kind of like, they say opposites attract. Anurag doing a love story is not something you hear in the same sentence usually.
Yeah.
And I just felt, I have immense respect for Anurag as a director. I think he's very good at what he does. And I just felt he'll make this film very unique. It may be a love story, it may be a love triangle, and people will say, oh, how differently can you tell the story? Trust me, if somebody can tell the story differently, that's Anurag. He's going to do something, he's going to give it an energy, he's going to give it a spin. And I just knew instantly that that was the right choice. And very honestly, I said yes to the film halfway through January this year, and in February I was shooting the film. That's how fast it happened.
Okay. Extremely passionate about his work. You worked with him in Yuva also when he was writing the
Yeah.
dialogues. So has he changed? Or is he still the same? Or
I think
do you see any change in him?
Yeah. No, towards his work, he's still very passionate.
Yeah.
Personally, I think Anurag has settled down a lot more. I think he had a bit of upheaval in him at that point of time. I see a definite calmness and maturity to his approach to his work now. He's become a lot more worldly. Yeah.
Any specific preparation you were made to
No.
do for Manmarziyan?
No.
Anything you...
None at all, in fact, shockingly. He said, just come on set and we'll just take it from there. He, then I realized, doesn't like this whole preparation thing.
Oh.
He kind of lays out the landscape of the film for you and then just allows you to discover that landscape by yourself. And he enjoys capturing that discovery. That's his process. So he doesn't like...
Very interesting.
I mean, at least on this film, I can't speak for the other actors and the other films. I don't think he wants anybody who's come in with very set notions of how they want to do things, how they want to approach their work, how they want to act it. He wants to kind of just make it surprising and lively.
And if you want to do it in a certain way, he's okay with that?
Absolutely. His thing is, look, I want to watch the monitor and react emotionally to what my actors are doing.
Okay.
If I give you too much direction, I'm kind of looking at it saying, okay, are they fulfilling my direction or not? If you do something which I might not have told you and it touches me, it's good for me. It works for me.
Yeah.
That was a very new approach for me, and I thought it was a wonderful approach to have.
So Abhishek,
It also takes a director who's got immense faith in their craft
yeah.
to
and
allow...
And in his actors.
I guess, yes, but
Yeah.
but to have a lot of security about yourself,
Yeah.
to allow your actors to just do that and say, I'll capture it.
So can you tell us now what exactly are you playing in the movie? How would
I
you-
play a character called Robbie Bhatia. Robbie is an investment banker who lives and works in London. And in the film, he comes back to Amritsar where his parents live and where he's spent his childhood. He comes back and he's agreed to get married, and he's agreed to an arranged marriage. One of the girls that's shown to him is a girl called Rumi, and he just falls in love with her. There's no reason, or it's just something about her just blows him away. And he falls madly in love with her, only to discover that Rumi actually is madly in love with somebody else.
Oh.
And that's Vicky. Vicky is the character that Vicky
Played by
Kaushal
Vicky
is playing.
Kaushal, yeah.
And therein starts this complexity of a love triangle.
Tell me, Abhishek, I really want to ask you this question. Do you, I mean, whether it's Dhoom, whether it's Guru, whether it's Bluff Master, I mean, I'm sure short on this list, and
Yeah.
you were like fab, absolutely,
Thank you.
Bunty or Bubbly. But
Thank you.
do you think the industry has really given you your due? I personally don't think so. That's my opinion. What's yours?
I have a very practical way of looking at it. I've been in this career and this industry for 18 years, and by the grace of God, and thankfully to my audience, I still get a job. So I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
I've been born and brought up in this film industry. I've seen so many actors struggling to get a job. So if you manage to be an active and employed actor for 18 years, I think you've got your due. So I have no complaints whatsoever. The fact that I'm sitting here giving you an interview promoting my new film is a blessing. It's something that I really appreciate and something that I really cherish. So has the industry given me my dues? Well, after 18 years, I'm still one of the few lucky ones who still got a job. So, oh yeah, they've given me my dues.
But just one more question associated with this.
Yeah.
I mean, does the surname come in the way sometimes? Because the audience may feel, I just want to see what his dad was doing, the same mannerisms, the same.
No, I don't feel that. I don't feel that.
He's different.
I don't feel that. No. I'll give you a small anecdote. I remember it was the premiere of my first film, Refugee,
Yeah.
that JP Saab had made
Yeah.
with Kareena.
Kareena.
And at the premiere, when I reached, the first person I met was Yash Uncle, Mr. Yash Chopra. And he had come there very sweetly to bless us, and I took his blessing. I touched his feet, took his blessings. And he hugged me and he said something to me in my ear, which I'll never forget. He said, "Beta, your father has brought you till the premiere. From tomorrow morning, your talent will have to speak, because if your talent isn't good in your first show, nobody's going to go watch your second show. So always remember that." And that really resonated with me, And I completely endorse that today, having made, 50, 55 odd films. If you're not doing something that the audience likes, they're not going to want to see you anymore. It's as simple as that. And the fact that they've allowed me to still be a part of the film industry means I'm doing something that appeals to them. So there's never been that pressure of, oh, they want to just see my father. No, because my father's there, he's still making films, they'll go see his films.
Yeah.
So I don't think like that, no.
I'm just talking about the comparisons. Yeah.
Well, the other way to look at it is, look, they're comparing you to the best in the business. So if they think you're worthy enough to be compared to the best in the business, means there's something about you that is worthy of that. So I look upon it as a compliment.
I like your frankness.
Yeah.
But I really also like your frankness on the social media. You've been a champion against the trolls. I mean, how are you managing that? We never knew this kind of Abhishek earlier. We thought he was very calm. And
it's not really a big deal. It's not.
And in a very classy way, you are.
I think, first of all, we all need a bit of a sense of humor.
Yeah.
We also need to learn to laugh at ourselves. I find some of these, things that they do are really funny. And sometimes when I think they're just unnecessarily trying to be rude, I retort.
Yeah.
And that's also if I have some time on my hands,
Yeah.
And you just retort, and that's it. I also believe that social media is exactly that. It's social media. It's a medium where you can interact with people. And that's what you need to do. You need to interact. I'm not just there to say, watch my next film and do this. I'm not just there to advertise. I'm there to interact. And I enjoy a healthy debate and discussion. If you have a point of view about me in personal or professionally, and you express that to me on social media, in whichever way, I also have the right to respond to that. If beyond that you're just going to get rude and obnoxious and abusive, then there's really no point.
Yeah.
But if you want to indulge in some healthy, fun, witty repartee, I'm game for that.
You like the new concept, the new thing which comes with stardom now, the paparazzi hovering around you all the time, coming very close sometimes to take your daughter's pictures.
No, I don't.
Are
I
you
have to be
comfortable
very
with
honest. I love all of them because some of them I've known since I was a child.
Yeah.
We have some very senior film photographers that have been around for a very long time. I've personally, it petrifies me. Even till date, when I see them, I get a bit scared. That's one thing I've still not got used to. I love them. They're part of the film industry. They're like an extended family. They have to do what they have to do as their job, and I respect that. Personally, it still scares me.
But do you lose your cool when your child is with you and
you don't lose your cool?
camera
I used
sometimes
to initially get a bit protective and intimidated, and that's I think that's only natural. I think any parent would tell you that. For the children, especially the young ones, they don't really know what's going on. They don't understand it. Plus, all those flashes going off, it's pretty overwhelming. You do get blinded for a bit. And for these children, they really don't know what's going on. And I said this before. Aishwarya and I, we chose this field.
Yeah.
We chose this life. Aradhya has not. She's just a kid.
Yeah.
She doesn't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
But the way we look at it now is that I hope, when she grows up, she appreciates and understands and acknowledges the immense love that people give her. That also is a blessing, But I do wish, not just my daughter, I think just in general, any parent will tell you, you'd want your children to have as normal an upbringing as possible. And we hope for that as well. I mean, we understand the situation, we understand what, the paparazzi has to do, and there is a way to do it, I guess. But somewhere you hope, it's not going to happen, but you hope that, we can give her as normal a life as
childhood
possible.
as possible. Very interesting to ask you, what do you think of the media today? Because, earlier you had just this much of the media, and today all around, and stories flying left, right and center. Recently you were a little upset when a wrong story was published saying you had a tiff with your wife. I mean, you reacted to it. And what do you think of the media today? What do you think of
That's the beauty of today. Today, I think, from when I was growing up, for example, or even from when I did my first film, I think the amount of media houses has grown exponentially, and that's the demand of the day, and why not? I'm also the person who says that, look, you don't like this about being a film actor, then, well, that's part and parcel of it, so then don't be a film actor, because this is very much a part of your life. The great thing is today, I think each individual also has their own platform to express what they're feeling, which previously we didn't. Previously, if you wanted to give a counter, or if you wanted to give a clarification, or if you wanted to give your side of a story,
Yeah.
you have to do it through the media. Today I can I can just tweet about it.
Yeah.
And I know the story you're referring to. I don't remember where it came,
Yeah.
but they wrongly assessed a situation. And I just said, no, you wrongly assessed it. So please show a bit more restraint and responsibility. And then they were very kind. You know, they did it immediately, and they responded wonderfully, which was so nice and sweet of them. I thank them for it. But today we also have, as actors, we have a medium through which we can also put out a clarification.
Yeah.
So what do I feel about the media today? Look, the media is what it is. It's the conscience of the nation. But yes, sometimes I think in the hustle and bustle of the life and the demands that they have, which is almost inhuman on them, you know, to be able...
The race to put out the story
Yeah, can
first.
you imagine? It must be immense pressure, you know. I mean, when I look at it from that point of view, which I try to in life, it's immensely tough, and my sympathies for them. That's the problem. When something happens about you, it's very difficult to look at it from the other person's point of
Yeah.
view. But I do understand.
You try to look at it
You
from-
try to. It's difficult, I have to admit. And yes, sometimes you do get a bit frustrated when things are wrongly reported, because somewhere I'd like to hold on. I mean, my grandfather, my Nanaji, was a journalist. So I've seen that kind of journalism. And I just feel sometimes we'll have to show a bit of restraint. Sometimes we'll have to exercise a bit of patience to just do our research properly and then do it. But having said that, I do understand the pressures they're under, you know, and it's immense. But despite that, we still hope, right? I mean, you also have hope in us that, oh, one day, you know, they'll perform in a particular way. So I think it's a mutual hope society.
After Manmarziyan, it's Gulab Jamun.
Not directly afterwards, no. Gulab Jamun's a beautiful script, which Sarvesh Mewara has written and is going to be directing. And it's a film Aishwarya and I like very much, and we both have agreed to do it. We're deciding when we need to do it and when we can do it. So that's going to be scheduled, yes.
And the rumors which are flying about Bunty or Bubbly 2 and
You know, I don't
Dhoom
know about
4.
that. Yeah, I don't know about that, you know. And they both are from the same production house.
Yeah.
Dhoom 4 and Bunty Bubbly
Yash Raj.
are both films which are produced under Yash Raj. And traditionally what happens with Dhoom, at least, you know, it would happen in Dhoom 2 and then in Dhoom 3, Adi Chopra, the producer, will call me and say, look, I've got the script, we're ready to go, these are the dates I need. Adi hasn't done that for either of these. So until, you know, I know there was a bit of talk about Bunty or Bubbly when we first released the film in
that was-
2005.
yeah.
We were very keen to do a sequel. So if you see the end of Bunty or Bubbly, actually
Yeah.
we leave it open-ended.
Open end, yeah.
So at that point there was, but Adi at that point said, I can't crack a story. But I've not heard anything from Adi so far. So until he tells me, I really can't tell you what's going on. So as of now, no, none of these films are being made. If Adi will send me a message in the future saying, oh, I'm ready, you know, it'll be fantastic.
The interview will be incomplete if I don't ask you a little about Sonali. Some words on, I mean, it's really sad what has happened, but what would you say?
She's a rock star. She's my bhabhi, and I hope and I pray for her quick recovery.
Thank you, Abhishek.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so
it was
much.
great
Pleasure.
having you on SpotboyE,
Thank
and
you
we
so
really
much.
want to see a lot more of
I'll
it.
do my best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.